Hello, everyone. This is the most intelligent and magnificent bird, Buckbeak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I will be doing another character build, and this character build will be on Gold Mythic Raso. And before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing good and I'm staying safe for the most part. And this recommendation was requested by Buddy RTS. I'll put the full name up on the screen when I edit this. So if any of you guys have any recommendations of tunes that you're not sure on how you should mod, or what weapons you don't know what to put on them, and you want to know my input, please leave your recommendations down in the comments, because I definitely check all of the comments. So this one shouldn't be too long, because I realistically only have two scenarios that will make sense for Gold Mythic Raso. So I think we should go ahead and jump into it and get started, shall we? Let me find Raso here. Here he is. Alright, for his combat mods, I have scenario 1, which obviously would be a defense set. And for this particular character, I actually would recommend a defense set. Highly recommend a defense set for sure. So let's start off with the first. For the defense set to start off with, you can either put defense or HP. And for this one, we're going to put some HP to start with. And now for the second one, this is what I would do. I would do defense versus alert versus fast versus strong. Or if you want to do defense versus tough, you can also do that. So for this one, we're going to do defense versus fast. And for the third one, I'm going to highly recommend bleed resist, because bleed resist is the hot thing to have right now, especially with Zachary running around everywhere. So definitely bleed resist for sure if you have it. Now for the fourth slot, you could go either bleed on attack or burn on attack, but this is what I would recommend. I want the bleed on attack so we can double down on his bleed, which is a part of his adrenaline rush, which, we'll get to that. Now, for the fifth option, you could go a couple of ways with this one. If you want to double down on his defense versus a trait and tackle another trait, you could go that way. Like, okay, defense versus alert. If you want to do that, that would be the way to go. Or defense versus tough. If you want to do that, sure. Or you could, if you want to do the double deal of having, let's see if I can get to it. Okay, yeah, here we go. If you want to do burn on attack and bleed on attack, you could do that as well. Or if you want to add some more defense, that would be another solid way to go. So you see that if I have the defense on there, he's got over 20,000 defense. But my Raso isn't all the way leveled up, so and he's only at tier 3. Now, we're going to move over to the next and only other scenario, an HP set. So first off, for the HP set, hold on, let me remove these. Okay, now for the HP set, obviously for the first slot you can add defense or HP. We'll go ahead and add, let's see, we'll add HP. You could do defense as well. And again, for the second slot, I would just add a defense versus fast, tough, strong, alert. So let's see, we're going to add fast. I'm just going to stick with fast because that does the most damage to blues. And again, we're going to stick with bleed resist for sure. And for the third slot, for the fourth slot, again, you're going to want to do that bleed or burn on attack, in my personal opinion. Let's see if I got one. Yeah, I actually have a silver one. That's just what I have. I wouldn't recommend doing anything as far as the mods lower than gold, but this is just an example of how it would work. Now, for the fifth option, again, if you want to double down on defense versus a certain trait, you could do that. Or if you want to do a resist, you could do a double resist, and that would also, the double resist would also work on the defense set as well. Or if you want to do bleed or burn on attack, or you can add defense. He isn't going to have as much defense, but you could have a weapon to level out his defense. That way he has a little bit more. So for his weapon setup, which we'll get to the weapon last. So let's take a look at his adrenaline rush and mythic abilities and all of that real quick. Alright, so his adrenaline rush, why I think the defense set would be the way to go is because you are dealing 20% of this character's defense in bleed damage to one enemy for 2 turns. This is my Raso. As you see, the other stuff isn't quite unlocked yet, but it would be for, if I got him to limit break 1, it would be for 3 turns, yeah. But you want to get that defense as high as possible. That's why I would highly recommend that first defense set. That way, that's going to coincide with his adrenaline rush. But if you want to go for the HP set, that's completely up to you. But those were the 2 realistic scenarios I found, that would work for this character. Now let's take a look at his signature move here. Deal a basic attack for 125% damage to one enemy. That enemy gets stunned for 2 turns. I haven't got him to tier 5 yet, so that's going to go up to 200% damage. But honestly, that's still not enough to really even bother with the attack. I would leave the attack alone. I guess they had to put something kind of useless in there in his signature move, but I wish they would have maybe put bleed in his signature move, but I guess that would be making him too overpowered in a sense. So now let's take a look at his mythic abilities. Of course, all of these I haven't touched them yet. So let's look at Defense Booster. When this character starts their turn, this character gets plus 1% defense for 1 turn. I would go ahead and level that up all the way, definitely, to take advantage of his adrenaline rush for sure. That would be pretty good. And then enemy resistance are 1% lower against this character. Yeah, I'm thinking that works pretty well. Someone would maybe have to let me know if that one works like it should. Precision, that is. And let's... Wave Breaker. At the beginning of each wave, this character gets 2% defense down, resistance for their first 3 turns. Yeah, I would probably think about leveling that one up. Now, let's see. Stun Gun, attack, when attacking, 1% chance that the attacker gets stunned. Okay, yeah, that one would probably be a good one to level up. So the one I would definitely level up right now is definitely Defense Booster, because imagine you could get that defense up pretty high, and that would take advantage of his, adrenaline rush. So, right quick, before we actually get to the weapon, I'm just going to switch to the defense set. Well, you know what? Actually, we'll go ahead and do that when we go to the teams. Whoops. I just made this team right before I did this video because you see he has 29,000 defense. So let's go to Raso. And we did give him this weapon. Raven's Robust Assault Rifle. It has 40% HP, 40% defense, Elusive Impair when being attacked, a better chance to impair the enemy and get elusive for 3 turns, and Tough Heal. Honestly, I don't think there's a better weapon for him than this. This is the weapon I would recommend for Raso for sure. So let's go ahead and add the defense set. Let's see what happens. Let's see how much more defense he'll actually get with mods. Let's see here. This is how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, bleed resist. Yep. I'm gonna take advantage of that bleed, so I'm gonna add the bleed on attack. And then we're gonna, me personally, I'm gonna add, defense, obviously. Look at that, 33,000 defense. Alright, so let's just apply it. Let's see the stats with the weapon. Okay, so he's gonna get a lot more defense that way. Or, let's see what happens when we put the HP set on. We'll add that one. Yep, let's see, the bleed resist. We're still going to be sticking with the... I'm actually going to keep the gold one on there because I don't want to drop it down to silver. So, let's see... yeah, wait a minute. There we go. Let's see what happens now. He still has pretty reasonable defense. He just has a little bit more HP. So, I think he'll be a pretty good frustrating character if you build him correctly. And honestly, I don't think there's a better weapon for Raso than what you see right here. So, I don't really think I have anything else left to say other than what I've already said. Like I said, if you have any recommendations on a character you're not sure about and you would like to hear my thoughts and input and how to mod and put what weapons to put on him and stuff, just leave a recommendation down there in the comments. And if you're wondering why I have a Barker, have him in a Barker team, it's because of Barker's leader skill. He gives all strong and tough teammates 30% defense. That's to give him a little bit more defense. So let's see. Before we end things, I'm curious to see how much defense he'll still get with an Ezekiel lead. Okay. It's not that big of a difference, because I think we do have the HP set on him. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. If you guys want to jump down there to the comments and tell me what you think about my gold mythic Raso character build, or just to simply say hi, you may. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and if you like my content, subscribe to see more. It would be much appreciated. And to those who are subscribed to me already, it is very much appreciated. You guys are very awesome, and I thank you again. I want each and every one of you to have a magnificent day and magnificent weekend ahead. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Buckbeak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.